The Red Roses have just gone and done it. They have put an absolute hiding to the USA. Oh my word, what a way to open up the Women's World Cup. And if this isn't going to put backsides in seats, I don't know what will. The English have really made a big statement for this World Cup. I want to break this game down. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. Now, like I said, England put through an absolutely stellar performance from top to bottom. They beat the USA 69-7. The Americans didn't get a single point in the second half. And at points, they actually dominated possession ever so slightly. But they actually did relatively well, but they were just unable to capitalize on literally anything. It just felt the English were far too strong, far too quick, just far too smart. We saw this time and time again. That rolling maul was just far too strong. It was far too dominant. We saw the English go over multiple times, just using that sheer physicality. I mean, you look at Muir, it felt like every time she had the ball, it took at least 4 Americans just to take her down. Ellie Kildunn was just out of this world. Ellie Kildunn was just, she's not from this planet. She is set apart from everybody else. I mean, you look at how smart she is. You look at her ball carrying ability. You look at her kicking ability. You look at the pace that she holds. She has it all. Like, genuinely, this woman has it all. Like, what more could you ask for from a player, from a fullback? What more could you ask for? She set up multiple tries. She bagged herself 2 tries as well by herself, carrying over something like 120, 130 meters. She was on fire. She 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 deserved man of the match, hands down, no two ways about it. And if they continue to put in performances like this, like I said, England put through a statement win. Look, we coming in as favorites, we understand what the job is, we understand what needs to be done, and we are going to do it. Now, yes, there are stronger teams than the USA, but if you ever want to open up a World Cup, you want to be putting in a performance, this is the kind of performance that you want to be putting in. And I mean, you look at Breach, you look at Atkins Davies, you look at Cocaine. Cocaine was just like on fire. She was just boom, boom, boom. I'm pretty certain there's a couple of puns that could be fit in there. But I mean, just appreciate their system, their style. You can tell they loved those mauls. They really worked those mauls very, very well. They were so physically dominant. It felt like every single player for player, the English were stronger and faster. And that 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 kick to chase was so effective. It was so effective. That little ball around the corner, just boop, the little ball around the corner, and then just chase. Look, fire. Now, the Americans did not do anything to help their cause either. It just felt like any single time they were getting momentum going, they were getting some rhythm going, the ball would fumble, the ball would drop. It would go to the English, or the English would just like capitalize so well. They would get around the ball. I forget who it was. It was in the first half. She actually managed to hold up. She actually managed to hold up a try from the Americans. I forget her name now. It kills me. But if this is what we've been missing, or this is what I've been missing all this time, my word, I will happily become an ambassador of the women's rugby. Like, wow, this was an actually genuinely fun game. This game was more interesting than a lot of men's game that I watch. It was back to back. We had the English so dominant, taking the ball out wide, using that kicking ability, running around those edges. Again, the USA were fumbling a lot, and there's only so much Lona Maha can actually do. But to be fair, I didn't think she had the best of games either. But just praise the English women's game. My word, you can see why they were favorites, why they are the best. Bottoman put in a stellar performance. Harrison put in a stellar performance. Like, wow, just wow. But I cannot talk about all of this all of this English talent without talking about Jarrell Cersei. For me, try of the game. That was just, it was so beautiful. The way she just held everybody off. She was like, nah, this is my ball. And I believe she's a back row. That woman, she ran that bloody 100 meters faster than bloody Usain Bolt. She was so fast, holding off players. I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, yes, you better score this now. You better bloody score this now. It was, we had it all. We had from dominance, we had beautiful tries. We had some of those dirty, ruggy tries where it's just like going in, using those heavy players off that maul, just scraping in to, scraping on that try line, just fitting in to just, to just excellence. It was just, England put on an absolute masterclass, but it is unfortunately only going to be getting harder from now on. It's going to get more competitive. It's going to mean a lot more. So the English had better step up. They need to manage their game time very well. We saw quite a few players here playing the full 80 minutes. And, it's all about using the players at the correct times. How well they manage their squad. Yes, they do have pretty good depth, but how well they manage their squad depth is going to ultimately reflect on where they finish in the World Cup, whether they are able to go and lift that trophy. I don't know. We've seen, like, even South Africa in the Men's World Cup in 2023, they didn't exactly have the best games. Sorry, my hair is just absolutely wild. I have no clue what's happening with my head today. Um, but yeah, England was just another another planet today. It was this, you know, when you have a good game, it's when your chest gets tight. Like when you kind of feel those butterflies. When you see the way that they are playing, you see them clicking. You just see them boom, boom, boom. You see those sparks ignite when they are just clicking. It's just beautiful. What I wasn't expecting to enjoy the opening game as much as I did. I knew it was going to be a very fast paced game. Women's rugby is generally very fast paced. They love to use that kicking game. They love to use that pace. But my word, England, they just utilized everything from from a very physical, forward dominant. That pack was so strong, so strong. And like I say, it literally felt like the Americans needed 3, 4 players to take down an English player, especially a forward. It's just like dominance, pure dominance. But anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Honestly, I thought this game was brilliant. I wasn't expecting this bad of a beating. Like, this was a proper hiding. But up and up for the English. They are doing phenomenally. Cannot wait to watch the next game. And you know what? We got the men's rugby to watch tomorrow. We got all the other women's rugby World Cup to watch. I'm going to try and catch as much as I possibly can in between. But as always, guys, please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.